What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, bringing some more Dragon Ball FighterZ ranked matches. And yesterday I played the team of Base Vegeta, Android 21 Trunks, and I decided to hop back in and play that team again today. And you know, originally, I honestly, one of the things I want to talk about in this video, no cap, like real talk, one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video was just to blow off some steam and talk about how much I hate Vegito as a character in this game. I don't think I have ever disliked or hated anything in a video game more than I hate Vegito in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm not gonna lie. But even though I just got that little bit off my chest there, outside of that, I think I'd rather just focus on the things I do like about Dragon Ball FighterZ and put more positivity out into the world as opposed to the negativity. I got my little piece right there, but I think with that being said, it does still blow my mind to this day that this game even exists. Like I honestly can't believe that we have a legitimate, like, respectable fighting game for Dragon Ball, because like I grew up playing Dragon Ball games and I still own most of them. Like I've played everything from the Legacy of Goku trilogy, which by the way, Nintendo, I don't know what y'all waiting on, port that over to the Switch. I'd cop that in a heartbeat. Legacy Goku 1, 2, and Boost Free. Give me that. Run it up, run it up, run it up. You feel me? But yeah, everything from the Legacy of Goku series, Budokai 1, 2, 3, Tenkaichi 1, 2, 3, Burst Limit, even though I hate Burst Limit. Or not, ooh, whoa, excuse me. Burst Limit is incredible. Raging Blast. I hated the Raging Blast series. I think Raging Blast is, well, Raging Blast 2 to me is like, well, Raging Blast 2 used to be my least favorite Dragon Ball game of all time, but that's actually been taken, that spot has actually been taken by Kakarot. I really did not like Kakarot. I think that game was really bad, but that's just me. If you like it, power to you. I think it's awful, but you know, it's just my opinion. I could have killed here. But yeah, like Burst Limit, on the other hand, Burst Limit was my favorite Dragon Ball game on that generation of consoles. I think Burst Limit is the best. We safe jump those. Reflect this. Burst Limit to me is like the best Dragon Ball game. I think it might reflect on Xbox 360 and PS3, but that's just me. I guess that kind of begs the question: what's your guys' like favorite Dragon Ball game of all time, excluding Dragon Ball FighterZ? If FighterZ is your favorite game, and for me it probably is my favorite Dragon Ball game of all time now, what's your favorite game besides that? Somebody asked me that question the other day on stream, and I don't really know for sure, but I really liked Legacy of Goku too. Like the things I would give in order to get that game like ported onto the Switch or something, like, or a remake or a remaster, like man, listen. I don't think it's really possible though, huh? Because I think, what is the I don't know if it's like the publisher or the developer or whatever, the company that worked on the Legacy of Goku games, they don't exist anymore, do they? So can they even like remake or remaster those games at all? I don't know. I don't know. Don't listen to me. But like, yeah, I don't know if Legacy of Goku 2 would really be my favorite game outside of Dragon Ball FighterZ, but I don't know, that's kind of how I feel. But I think part of the reason why I feel that way is just because I'm in such an RPG mood. And honestly, you know what else that sucks about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? It could have just been the modern day Legacy of Goku. It really, that's really kind of how I would have liked for it to be, and that's just not what it is at all. And I promise on everything I blocked low, but I guess I didn't. Kakarot really could have been Legacy of Goku too, but oh man, it's not even close to that good. Yeah, but before Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, believe it or not, I would have said Xenoverse 2 was my favorite. No, that's not true. That's not true. So when Xenoverse 2 first came out, I was really into that game. For those of you who don't know, I used to play that, you know, for the first year or two it was out, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But the longer that game was out and the more I played it, the more I realized, wow, this game is not that good. You know, I enjoyed it less and less over time, and I stopped playing it altogether, and I haven't touched the game in 3 years, and I don't plan on ever playing it again, because I just don't like it. But yeah, prior to Dragon Ball FighterZ, Xenoverse 2 had a strong argument, but because of how my feelings had changed about the game, even before, because I stopped playing that game in 2017, and FighterZ didn't come out until 2018, so even before FighterZ, I wouldn't have said Xenoverse 2 was my favorite game anymore. I would have said Budokai 3. Growing up, Budokai 3 was like my classic Dragon Ball game. It was the one I loved the most. I had more nostalgia and sentimental value for that one than Tenkaichi 3, and don't get me wrong, I love Tenkaichi 3. I still own Tenkaichi 3. Matter of fact, I have it on Nintendo Wii and on the PlayStation. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've ever looked it up, but those games are like mad expensive now. And by mad expensive, I mean, I guess it's a perspective thing, but like, because there are games that are far more expensive than this. But it's like $100 for Tenkaichi 3. If you've ever tried to find it, like, you know, secondhand on eBay. But yeah, Budokai 3 was probably my all-time favorite game, and I know a lot of people out there that was like, oh, but Infinite World is so much better. I never played Infinite World until like a couple of years ago, truth be told. I never owned that game. And it is basically, for those who don't know, it's like Budokai 3, but with a couple mechanics that people didn't like taken out, a couple more characters and stages. It's basically, quote-unquote, the better version of Budokai 3. If you've never played it, they play pretty similarly, and they even look very similar. But the problem with Infinite World is that it released for the PlayStation 2 when the PlayStation 3 was already out. So that's kind of why a lot of people never played that game, or you know, that's why it wasn't as popular and didn't sell as well. But it is pretty good from what I have played of it. I only ever played it on emulator like years later with Rhyme Style. Actually, I think we even made a video playing it if I remember correct. I'm not entirely certain. But yeah, growing up I would have always said Budokai 3, even though I love the Tenkaichi games. Budokai 3 was like the one I always went back to the most and like had the most nostalgia for. And then yeah, after that I would have said Xenoverse 2, but looking back now, Xenoverse 2 is not it, Chief. I'm not gonna cap. That game is just positivity. Anyway, yeah, so to this day, it blows my mind that we do still have this game in existence, because I don't know, I never really like had hopes for us getting a game like this, but all this game did, well, this game has changed my life, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this game has presented me with opportunities and friends and a living and all sorts of things, honestly. But the thing it's done the most is give me hope that we can get more games similar to this for other anime franchises. I mean, even though I don't really want to just like that, because I dropped it, but it's okay. Even though I don't really want to talk about it for too long, because this conversation comes up in my streams all the time, which, by the way, if you don't follow the stream, links in the description down below, twitch.tv/LotusAsakura. Naruto fighters. I like Naruto way more than I like Dragon Ball. I think most of you know this at this point, or maybe most of you don't. I mentioned it before, but since, you know, the main game I play on my channel is Dragon Ball, and I often talk a lot about Dragon Ball, a lot of people probably think Dragon Ball is one of my favorite anime. And I love Dragon Ball. I grew up with it. It is a classic. I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but I wouldn't even put Dragon Ball in my top 10 favorite series. But Naruto, I probably would. And that's not to say that Naruto is like, I think it's like this perfect series or anything like that either, because I'll talk to you all day long about all the problems Naruto has. But I do like it way more than Dragon Ball. That being said, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I get asked about it all the time. I don't think there's any plans for it. I don't think there's really much of a chance of it happening. But if a Naruto Fighters ever came out, I would be all over that in a heartbeat. And before you ask, because everybody asks, what team would you play? I don't know, man. I can tell you the characters I like. I can tell you a bunch of my favorite Naruto characters. So Itachi Uchiha, that's my favorite character of all time, right? Then after that, you got like Neji Hyuga, Hinata Hyuga, Hinata's baby girl, you know what I'm saying? Waifu for life. Her and Psycho Busujima are like my top two like waifus ever, from High School of the Dead. But yeah, Itachi Uchiha, Neji Hyuga, Hinata Hyuga, Kimimaro. Kimimaro was easily one of my favorites. I think Kimimaro was like one of the illest characters in that story. Had one of the coolest fights in there with Rock Lee and Gaara and Naruto. The curse mark was sick. His ability, his Kekkei Genkai was so fire. Yeah, I could talk a lot about Kimimaro. It's a shame that we never really got to see more of him. Oh, by the way, while I'm doing all this rambling, I feel the need to remind y'all know the like button is free. I know I ain't really been paying attention to these matches at all. I'm kind of just rambling and playing, but yeah, y'all know what these videos are like by now. Anyway, yeah, Kimimaro's dope. Neji, Hinata, Itachi. I really like Orochimaru, and unpopular opinion, I like Kabuto a lot as well. I know people don't really mess with Kabuto too tough, but back when I was really heavy in the Storm, one of the teams I played a lot in the Storm days was, you know, Kimimaro, Itachi, and Kabuto all together. And I kind of always liked Kabuto. I always thought he was kind of cool, but playing him in the Storm games made me like him even more, because I really like playing him in those games. You know the vibes, by the way. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So yeah, those are some of my favorites. I'm a big Uchiha fanboy, so I really liked Obito and Madara years ago, right? But the problem with both of those characters is that they got worse the longer Naruto itself went on. When we first found out about Obito, you know, back in like the Kakashi Gaiden when Obito was a kid or whatever, I always thought his design was really cool. I liked his character. His story was dope. You know, the backstory to Kakashi that, you know, his death added was really cool, which, I mean, Naruto's like super old. That's not really spoiled or whatever. I was gonna say sorry to whoever I spoiled with that, but I guess that, bro, Naruto ended 6 years ago, and that information is like over 10 years old. So anyway, yeah, like, you know, everything to do with like Obito and Kakashi, like as kids, I always really liked, and I always really liked Obito's like visual design. And you guys know how much that matters to me when it comes to how much I like characters. But yeah, like, you know, in the 4th Great Ninja War, I just Madara was so sick, and then he wasn't, and then there's just a couple other characters who were so sick, and then they weren't. It's truly something you hate to see. It is truly something you hate to see. The 4th Great Ninja War ruined a lot of Naruto for me. I think up to that point, the series was honestly like one of my favorites of all time, and a series that I would defend and die on the hill of saying that it is legitimately like really, really good. And I still think up to that point it is really, really good. Again, not without fault or flaw, but it was so much better up to that point. The 4th grade Ninja War just has... Oh man, Kishi, what did you do, bro? What did you do? And then with Boruto, and then what even was Samurai? Positivity, positivity, positivity. Yeah, I like Naruto a lot. I think if a Naruto FighterZ were to ever come out, I think probably like the first 3 characters I'd want to try would be like Itachi, Hinata, Kimimaro, or something like that. I always gotta have a waifu, so Hinata's gotta be in there. Itachi's my favorite character of all time, and Kimimaro is probably a character who like, even if, first of all, he may or may not even be in a game like that because the roster would be so small. I don't know if he'd be relevant or important enough, but if he were, I could see Kimimaro kind of being like my Trunks. Even though I like Itachi more, like Kimimaro is like a character who I'd be like, I gotta play him, bro. I don't care if he's not good. I don't care if I suck with him. I gotta play him because he was probably my favorite character to play back in Storm. Even though I was never that nice with him, he was one of my favorites for sure. Can I confirm any of these hits? But yeah. Good blocks, reflex, hold up, rocket kick again. He tried to 2H it, you can't do that. I could loop him here, but I might drop it. Let's just keep it simple. No need to be fancy schmancy with it. No need to be fancy schmancy with it. Jump back on. Trunks, just give me that 2H. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, man, I'm very grateful for this game existing because it literally has changed my life. I mean, like, I've met new friends. I've been able to travel because of it, and not necessarily just because of this game, but like, you know what I mean. I'm making a living playing it, you know, on YouTube and streaming it, and I do other things as well, of course. But this is obviously like, you know, my bread and butter. Whoops. And it has really opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and it's going to continue to present more, and it's also allowed me to, you know, start working towards other things I want to do in life, and it's going to present me with more opportunities in the future. So it's just like, on top of just how much I enjoy the game and how fun it is and just how great it turned out, like it has done a lot for me as a person. You know, and it's got me the support of all of you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough for, you know, messing with the content every single day. Like I said, I mentioned it before, but like, y'all give me like some of the craziest comments that are just like mind-blowing to read sometimes, and I mean that in the best way. Like the stories you guys, some of you guys share with me in the comments about, like, you know, how you look forward to my videos every day, or, you know, how you were dealing with this or that, and, you know, some experience that really had you down, but then you watch my videos and it made you feel better. I'm just like, damn, it's still crazy to me to think that, you know, these goofy ass videos of me just talking shit and playing this Dragon Ball game, it means so much to people, but I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, I owe a lot to Dragon Ball FighterZ. Even if someday a game comes along, like another Dragon Ball game comes along that I like even more, this will probably always still be my favorite game of all time, and not my favorite game of all time, but at the very least my favorite Dragon Ball game of all time. And it'll always mean the most to me, because I don't think at this point any other game could ever exist that could replace what this game has done for me, because like, it's already done it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I know this is like the most random analogy or comparison, but it's kind of like people who talk about the next big three, or ask like what the big three is now in manga. I've always been of the mindset that like there isn't one. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what the big three are, the big three is, or you don't know anything about that, maybe you're a little bit younger, or maybe you just weren't around back then. The big three is Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. There was an era of manga when all three of those series were running where they were, you know, considered the quote-unquote big three. You know what I'm saying? They were like the hypest, most mainstream, biggest, you know, series in Shonen Jump. The chapters coming out every week, everybody's talking about, etc., right? And, you know, ever since like Naruto and Bleach have ended, they've always talked about, and I mean by that I mean like the anime and manga community, a lot of people always talked about, you know, what's the big three now? Especially after Naruto had just ended. People were like, well, who replaces Naruto in the big three? Like, what's the big three now? Like, what's the next big three? And to me, like, you can't replace what Naruto did, like, because it already did it. Like, there is no next big three. The big three is and always will be Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. Yeah, and so that's I don't know what made me think of that as a comparison, but like, that's kind of how I feel about Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, I don't think any other game can ever do for me what FighterZ did, because it's already done it. You know what I mean? And like, what anime and manga did, or what Bleach, Naruto, One Piece did for anime and manga can't be replicated because they already did it. You know what I mean? Down goes my Base Vegeta. Actually, can he build the bar? Wow. No, he dropped it. Why couldn't couldn't I block that? What? 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 You're joking. Why did I not block that? That's so unfortunate. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been paying attention very much to this match, if y'all couldn't tell by the insane amount of talking I've been doing. So I don't know what his habits and his tendencies are, so I'm not really sure how to approach this now that I'm trying to pay attention. I can't believe he sparked there. He really didn't want to block, huh? He had full health. I don't really have good mix-up. And by me, I mean, like, literally me. Android 21's got a command grab, so, like, you can't mix. And she's got high-low, but I'm not good at this game, so... I'm surprised I didn't get 2H there. God dang it. Why didn't I 2H that? I'm gonna guard cancel here. Bad idea. Really bad idea. You know what's crazy? I think I vaguely remember him just hitting me with a Z stamp that said, like, let's make this the last one. And this would be the match that I lose, huh? I was doing a lot better when I wasn't... Wow, Trunks is dead. Never mind, he dropped it. I was doing a lot better when I wasn't paying attention to the match. Hey, yo, can I... What the fuck is going on here, bro? I don't know what's going on anymore. I was doing a lot better when I wasn't paying attention. This happens a lot. Have y'all noticed that? How many times have I said that recently in the video? I was doing way better when I wasn't paying attention. Again, he dropped the combo and then I couldn't block the super. What's wrong with me? What's actually wrong with my left thumb? Alright. Throwing it away. But yeah, I feel like I've said that a lot lately. I was like, I'll be like going on like these long tangents or rambling about some shit that has nothing to do with what's going on like on screen. And then when I look back at the game, I'm like, damn, I was doing way better when I wasn't actually thinking about what I was doing. What I was just playing on autopilot. I could bring this back, but it ain't gonna be easy. So we really gonna mash Vanish out of the corner every time? Like every single time? Like every single time for real? Anyway. What assist is he playing for Krillin? I don't remember. Oh, give me that jump in. Alright, we're definitely gonna level 3 Cell here. You know what, I'll even spend another half a bar for the EX extension. What's the safest thing to do here? He does have perfect attack. I don't want to mess up the safe jump, so we'll just do this. I didn't confirm that quickly enough, so it was blue combo, but he didn't tech it quickly enough. Alright, with Cell down, I think I can do this. Now, if I have to block literally anything, I'm going to Spark. He's got a lot of bar, too. I don't want to... Sparking right now. There it is. Does he know? I messed it up. Ooh, thank you for the reflect. Wow, we clutched that. We clutched that. Yo, he did that so fast. How did he even... How do you even do that fast? Bro, he closed the application mad quick. You must not have heard, huh? You must not have heard you must not have gotten the memo, my guy. We won't be seeing him online for at least a week. Not only do you not get to play the game for a week now, thanks to the, the recent, well, I think you have to rage quit repeatedly in order for that to actually happen. But yeah, on top of potentially not being able to play the game for a week online, you're also about to get exposed by at least like 20,000 people who are going to watch this video. Say hi to the camera. Anyway, I guess that's as good a place as any to wrap things up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content I plan on bringing you. With all that being said, that's pretty much all of today. And remember, nothing happens to you when the bad. Later.